Pontiac GTO. The first muscle car was a $295 option package. In 1963, General Motors banned its divisions from racing. Engineer John DeLorean dropped a 389 V8 into the mid-size Tempest. The 389 shared external dimensions with the 326 it replaced. The tri-power option stacked 3 carburetors, producing 348 horsepower. Pontiac projected 5,000 sales. They sold 32,450 the first year. By 1966, annual sales peaked at 96,946 units. A $295 loophole accidentally launched the entire muscle car era. Ford Mustang. The definitive American performance icon was built on an economy sedan. Ford Vice President Lee Iacocca targeted young baby boomers Detroit ignored. Engineer Donald Frey had 18 months and a $2,500 ceiling. Designer David Ash drew a long hood, short-deck sports silhouette. Buyers picked a 101 horsepower inline-6 or a 289 V8. Ford launched on April 17, 1964, at the New York World's Fair. Ford projected 100,000 sales yearly. Buyers hit 418,812 in 12 months. Iacocca dressed a Falcon in a sports car body and created history. Shelby Cobra 427. The ultimate American muscle car was born in Britain. In 1961, retired racer Carroll Shelby wrote letters to 2 companies. Britain's AC cars supplied the chassis. Ford supplied a compact V8. For 1965, Shelby crammed Ford's 7-liter NASCAR racing engine inside. Advertised at 425 horsepower, the engine actually delivered closer to 485. Shelby built 348 original 427 Cobras between 1965 and 1967. In 2016, the first Cobra ever built sold for $13,750,000. The rarest American muscle car became the most copied in history. Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396. Chevrolet, GM's flagship division, copied the formula invented by Pontiac. In 1964, the Pontiac GTO sold 32,450 units. Chevrolet tested a response in 1965, the Z16 package, 201 units. For 1966, Chevrolet launched the Chevelle SS 396 as full production. The Mark IV Big Block used porcupine valve heads borrowed from racing. The top L78 was factory-rated 375 horsepower. Actual output exceeded 425. The SS 396 package cost $184. Chevrolet sold 72,272 units. In 1970, Chevy bored it to 402 cubic inches and kept the 396 badge. Dodge Charger. Its most famous movie role was the villain that loses. The 1966 Charger was a forgettable fastback on the Coronet platform. For 1968, designer Richard Sias drew a Coke bottle fuselage body. Hidden headlights and a tunnel rear window created a predatory silhouette. The top option was the 426 Hemi, rated 425 horsepower. Dodge sold 96,100 Chargers in 1968, nearly doubling the previous year. Only 475 of those cars left the factory with a Hemi. It lost to Steve McQueen and became Hollywood's most recognizable car. Oldsmobile 442. This was a police pursuit package with a performance badge. Dealers sold cop cars to teenagers. When the GTO launched in 1964, Oldsmobile scrambled. Engineer John Belts took the B09 police apprehender option, added dual exhausts, and called it a muscle car. Surcharge over a base Cutlass? $285. The name meant 4-barrel carb, 4-speed transmission, dual exhausts. By 1968, none of those specs were standard. The final 442 in 1991 was a front-wheel drive 4-cylinder. The badge outlived every meaning it ever had. AMC. AMC built a sports car by sawing 12 inches out of another car. In the 1960s, AMC was known for sensible grandma cars. Designer Dick Teague pushed Project 4 Concepts to change that image. CEO Roy Chapin Jr. approved it, launching the AMX in February 1968. Engineers took the 4-seat Javelin and cut 12 inches from the floor pan. The Go package added a 315 horsepower 390 V8 and limited-slip differential. Craig Breedlove drove a modified AMX to 189 miles per hour in 1968. Too expensive for pony cars, too cheap for Corvettes, a segment of one. Pontiac Firebird Trans Am SD 455. In 1973, the muscle car era was officially dead. Pontiac engineers Herb Adams and Tom Nell refused to surrender. They smuggled a racing engine past General Motors' anti-performance executives. Reinforced block, forged steel rods, round port heads from the racing program. It included dry sump oiling holes plugged on the assembly line. Pontiac advertised 290 horsepower. Real output was closer to 370. Only 943 SD455 Trans Ams left the factory in 1974. Pontiac started the muscle car party and turned off the lights.